the Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. Episode 32 of the Rap Roundtable is here. It's been a little bit of a gap in between episodes. Your boy was down bad. We won't get into it too heavy, but I was on the injured list. You could do the math on that if you want. We had the VERZUZ recap. Hell of a recap, Sin. Hell of a recap. Deme. You know what I mean?
Listen, we do what we do, man.
We do what we do. Okay.
And the numbers,
they up there.
The numbers don't lie. Looking at the cameras, that comment section, I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit later. I feel attacked, but nevertheless,
the Mets hat.
The homie, come on. We gonna get into all of that later.
We gonna work.
Ironic. I'm a Met fan, but it wasn't even a Met hat. But nevertheless,
we gonna work.
Your boy Jarv here, alongside Sincere the Rap Snob.
What up? What up?
Alongside Deme the Balance.
May the force be with you.
And we have a special guest here with us. He's gonna be the fourth man in the rotation. Deme D, what's good, family?
What's good, y'all? What's good? Thanks
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the table.
Tonight's entertainment.
Yeah. Yo, you can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever their social media, we're there, Twitter. Talk to us, bros. There's a whole community there. Talk to us. Tap in with us.
Wherever the internets go, we go.
Absolutely.
We are there.
Before we get into the topics, hip-hop lost someone this week. Can you talk about that for a quick second?
Yeah, man. Chucky Thompson, legendary producer, part of the Hitmen for the Bad Boy days with Puff and
legendary.
He produced a lot of that just 90s bad boy sound. Big Papa for Biggie. He did the whole Mary J. Blige album, My Life, which is an R&B album, but you know Mary's like hip-hop, R&B.
Hell yeah.
He did stuff for Shine. He did stuff for Faith. He did One Mic for Nas. Just a lot of legendary stuff, man. And like just some of that music that, you know, like when we throw on, it just, we're instantly taken back to that time and place in our youth. And he played a major part in the soundtrack to a lot of the music we love, man. So
that's the fact.
Rest in peace to Chucky Thompson. Word is it was COVID related, so protect yourselves out there, man. Be safe.
Absolutely, applaud him.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Chucky Thompson,
legend.
Also, Deme D, before we get into it, let's shine a light on you real quick. Can you let the people know what you got going on? You've been in this culture heavy. You're of the culture, birthed in the culture. Talk to us a little bit.
What's good, people? Again, you know, it's Deme D, the go-getter, Mr. Everywhere. You never there. I have a YouTube channel that is all directed towards hip-hop, all original content. It's shows to support upcoming rappers, debate that, stuff like this, like what y'all do. Vinyl show to link all the vinyl community. Have an album promo show where artists have an album whether they're in the game or upcoming.
Okay.
And we sample a couple of songs from their album, you know, give you like a snippet.
What's
like
up?
A vibe session. And I do interviews with artists in the industries. And I host a
fire.
Twitter forum. That's how me and Sincere, man.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
Twitter heavy, so just talking about hip hop.
And shout out to you because you always show love to everybody on Twitter, bro. You show love to me. You show love to the pod. You show love to a lot of personalities and accounts on Twitter. Anyone that you notice is, you know, just doing that good work for hip hop and for the culture, you always big them up, and that's beautiful, man. Because not everybody does that. Shout out to you, man.
No, I applaud Deme D, man. We need more of that in the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Fact, man.
We need a little more of that. So it's a lot of dickheads in the culture. A lot of dudes is real selfish. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. Y'all know who y'all are. You know what I mean? It's real unnecessary. I do a lot of Chuck shit, like flaking on things and all of that. But it's all good. We here now. It's the Rap Roundtable where there are no filters. We talk about everything in the culture.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, Nasir Jones.
Woo!
Okay, microphone clipping already.
double time.
King's Disease 2 has shut the culture down. Everyone, from I would say the all age demos, everyone is talking very nicely about this project. So, you know, as usual, when Nas comes out, I proceed to get out the way. I'm gonna let.
Why would that be?
Before you get in the way.
Before I get in the way, well played. Listen, leave me alone, bro. I'm giving you the. Matter of fact, Deme, how you feel about King's Disease 2?
Don't do that to me, bro.
Come here. Snatch
it. Deme, just send one to play.
Since you want to play around. I think it's beautiful. I think it's better than part 1, and I thought part 1 was beautiful.
Interesting.
Oh, Deme, hot take off the rip.
All right, so I know it edges off. It's from where it was for you. You know what I'm saying? It strays off the merrily road.
Yo, Deme, talk about what you think. Don't talk for sin,
No,
bro.
I'm not. I'm just.
How you gonna give up his take before he says something, bro?
Because I got the hate immediately. So I like to break it down.
You don't spoil this. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna break down his breakdown. I'm just gonna break down why I feel the way I feel.
Don't worry about
it.
what Sin thinks. Talk about yourself, B.
That niggas is haters. I think the way he
doing a podcast here.
the way he basically incorporated old school concepts with new school concepts for this album is immaculate. Hit Boy showed up. Nas showed up, and they showed up for part 1, but they showed up and showed out for part 2 though. The wordplay, the Nas in the pocket, there's vibey joints, there's a trappy Philly joint. Like I still like most of the time you hear that type of barmanship from people and that type of skill, it's usually a little boring. No offense, you know what I'm saying, to the hardcore rappers in that sense. But he channeled everything into a way that it's captive, even for a younger audience, bro.
Okay.
It's I love what he did with the album.
Sound like you saying it's flawless, my brother.
I didn't say flawless. I said it's beautiful.
Okay,
though.
okay. I was reaching there, but I'm doing my job,
I
baby.
love something I think is perfect. It's beautiful though.
What's some of your favorites?
Store Run,
Crazy.
YKTV with A Boogie and YG. The shit with Lauryn Hill was amazing. I know y'all hated the Shady joint with EPMD, but from a technical perspective,
You see how he, once again, spoiling the pod. You ain't even let us talk about the song. You saying y'all hate. How do you know we hated? I might have liked them verse, bro.
it's
Come on, son.
We know you.
Danny, stop talking for us, son.
We know you. I thought it's from a technical aspect. It's a dope verse, but was it necessary for the album? Probably not.
Okay.
But it was. I think the verse is cool, but just not for that album.
So is the verse good or is it not good? Because
I think it's a good verse, but it's just not. You can enjoy a meal, bro, but it's not the meal you wanted. You know what I'm saying? For the.
I like how you're trying not to cook Shady, but
I'm not trying. It was.
You give it
how you
It could have
feel
been a
about
better
son.
verse.
It's
It could
a
have been a
quick
better
sear.
verse. It's not the best. It's not the best feature on the album.
Heard.
You know.
All right.
Demi D, how do you feel about Nas? Because you're not gonna accent. How do you feel about Nas?
Nas is one of my favorite rappers. So I mean, I didn't really get to tap in yet. So I mean, I heard it.
Oh, you gotta hear that.
No, I heard it. I ain't really like
Lock in.
but
Got you.
It's dope. I'm gonna go with the first one. Is better though.
I like it.
Maybe a couple more spins, but it's dope though. I like the concepts.
All right, son, I'm gonna get out your way, bro.
Yeah, I like
Free
the
lane.
concepts. I feel like with this, he's showing that he's pretty much one of the best ever.
Yo,
Absolutely.
That was in question.
to
I mean, to some people, not to me.
Yeah.
To me.
Which leads into my point. Last year, when King's Disease 1 came out, I talked to a lot of y'all out there, and I said, if you're a Nas hater, you need to give that man and his fans an apology.
okay.
I don't think I've gotten that apology yet. So now y'all owe 2 apologies. Because this album, like back to back, like listen, 47 years old, 27 yees after his immaculate debut.
This nigga wore a shirt.
Absolutely. You knew I was going to. You knew I was going to. Cassette tape on deck. Nas is still giving you magnificence. And y'all need to appreciate
Quality.
So like if you still fronting on son, if you still hating, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Shout out to Chills.
So yeah. If you when you watch this, Chills. All right. What else did I want to say about this? First of all,
Let's talk about the music, bro.
like Deme said, Hit Boy, 2 for 2 with Nas. I don't know what it is that, I mean, yeah, Hit Boy has dope production, he has dope beats, but there's something else. There's a connection there between the two that's really coming through on the music, because it's not just the fact that Hit Boy is giving Nas dope beats. Nas sounds reinvigorated.
Yeah.
So there's something about the relationship there. I don't know if it, like the hip hop talk that they have in between records or during the sessions or whatever, but they're channeling something together. And you can hear it in Nas's delivery, in his rhymes. He's more present.
You think it's the in studio vibe that's doing that?
That's probably definitely part of it. I said probably definitely, but I think that's definitely part of it. And I've said for a long time that like not enough people, not enough artists, not enough producers and artists work together in the studio anymore.
Some people bring things out of you though,
Of course. But like, it's one thing to like get a beat sent to you and you hear it and you're like, all right, this is dope. I'm gonna do what I do. But it's another thing if the producer's right there next to you and maybe they start talking about, this is what I was thinking, a feeling when I was making it, and then you vibe off of that, and then you have a conversation and y'all vibe off each other. I feel like that's what's going on between Hit Boy and Nas. I actually read somebody on Twitter say something very interesting, which is that they weren't a huge fan of Hit Boy's beats or production, but they're a fan of what Hit Boy is bringing out of Nas. And that's, that's very prevalent.
That's
very,
fair.
Jarv.
I'll say when it comes to the creative process between Hit Boy and Nas, you can tell that this is not a situation where like Nas is just buying a beat or like the label is purchasing a beat from hot producer and then they go to the lab and they cook up. This is not no email shit taking place. Like
friendship.
These guys are in the lab cooking up. Like as if I'm sitting next to Sin and I ask Sin to build me a beat. I'm of the belief that Hit Boy is building beats from scratch, or at the very least he has the stems, and if Nas hears something that he likes, he'll set
Build
it up
around
what Nas is comfortable with. Because we've had this conversation off air, on air about Nas's beat selection. Hit Boy is a hip hop scholar, so he's had these conversations. I'm willing to bet that he's in a situation where I'm gonna be the producer that niggas won't say the beats were bad when it comes to Nas, and you can hear that consecutive albums. These guys have made immaculate fire. I'm on record about all the crazy shit I say about Nas, but when it comes to these last two albums, there's nothing negative that you can say about it. The only knock I could even possibly bring up is that I was hoping that King's Disease 1 and King's Disease 2 would be more closer together sonically. It felt like after, I told Sin this off the record, that I felt like after the A Boogie record, the beat for beat selection kind of fell into more of a Nas's pocket as opposed to what King's Disease was, where Hit Boy kind of modernized Nas. You know what I mean? I felt like this project here, he maybe because they got so comfortable together that Hit Boy is now building beats to get in Nas's pocket a little bit more.
Store Run's a prime example of that.
Right. And we talk about EPMD part 2. Like, of course I didn't like Shady's verse because we talk about it here all the time. It's about over rapping. Like this situation is
overrapped.
And it's like, I feel like Eminem doesn't give a fuck about the pocket. And I posted that on Facebook and I said, the pocket matters because I think it was Ninth Wonder, the producer himself said, pocket matters, bro. And it's like, you just can't come and just give me a bunch of words and disregard the pocket. Flow, like, you know what? There's guys who would tell me like verses are great because of the words. I'm like, what about the flow? What about the breathing pattern? What about the pocket?
Cadence,
what about the cadence? What about the delivery? Like, none of this matters. It's just about the bars. I don't read lyrics, my nigga. I listen to the shit. So it's like, I need to hear it a certain type of way. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I feel like the thing with M, and I've said this in the past, is like he's kind of a recluse now, probably. Like he's mega rich. And not only is he mega rich, but he's mega rich and white. So like it's like
different vibe.
Like back in the 8 Mile days, like, he was hanging around black people. He was going to ciphers
D12 and them boys.
that was rubbing off on him. Now he's just right, exactly. Now he's just another rich white guy. So it's like the rhythm, the soul, the pocket work, the swing of it, like he just doesn't have that.
He don't have it.
So why do you think Nas put it on the album though?
For the moment, bro. Nas is he's a nostalgia junkie. If nothing else, when it comes to
Nas would have been like, yo, this. Give me something else, Shady.
For the culture. Paris Smith, Eric Sermon, Eminem.
But he could have had him switch. The verse isn't bad. It's just not out for that song.
You're not going to get nothing different from them, though.
Right.
You're going to get that same thing.
Right. that we've been saying that about all of his features.
True.
Like for years now. Right? It's not a bad verse. Technically, it's good.
From the technical standpoint, it's not a bad verse.
Does it fit the record? Does it fit
a lot of nothing?
It feels like he rap. Absolutely. It seems like when M gets next to certain rappers, he feels like he has to prove himself. Like I still got the bars to stand next to rapper A. Like
Nas.
You know what I mean? But he did the same thing with Griselda.
Whereas like
Griselda did the same thing with Big Sean.
Same thing with Yellow Wolf. I could
because he don't want to walk away cooked on a song. I would assume that he don't want to walk away cooked on a song. I'm known for being the barsmith, so I guess I have the barsmith. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Eminem word for word is gonna outbar everybody, but it's not just that, bro.
That's his problem. He thinks that's going to be the key to salvation. You got to step outside the box.
There's a reason why when M was at his peak, we still picked other rappers over him, son. It wasn't just the bars; it's the whole package.
It's a package. It's a recipe.
I also think that was Hit Boy's call, not Nas's call.
Detroit connection or something like that. I don't know if he's from Detroit, but
I don't know. But I read that EPMD wasn't even aware that M was going to be on the record, like till way after it was done. Yeah.
Oh, you think that
wasn't an early call. I think Hit Boy was like, "Yo, this is going to be like the knockout blow or whatever."
It wasn't.
You think that would have changed their mind?
But here's the thing. Like,
I'm just saying.
Put yourself in the shoes of the producer or the artist or whatever. Like, you get the Eminem verse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not put it? On the album? Do you not put it on the song?
M got the Eminem verse. M said, right, he has to. You gonna say no to M?
That's what I'm saying.
Industry politics.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe they didn't feel like they had the stature to be like, M, can you kind of change it up for us?
It's
Maybe
Nas.
Nobody's gonna tell him.
Nas can't tell M.
That's what I'm saying. This don't fit the contour of my album.
Nas
don't get the same thing. That's probably why.
Give me something.
I'm just gonna get the same thing.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Pocket.
That should have been Hove there. EPMD2, Hove, Nas,
Yeah.
EPMD.
I mean, we just got a Nas and Hov record.
But that wasn't good. It wasn't a good song.
Nah, but I'm saying they probably just wanted to do, but yeah, it wasn't all that.
That beat, that rapidy rap beat with those four men. I told Sin this and I want to say it on wax. Shout out to Paris Smith.
Shout out to
it sounds like there's no erosion in his voice, the breathing, even his little part. Yo, you know what I mean?
Shout out to EPMD, man. And they didn't, not to, get off topic.
Do you think?
But they don't usually go back and forth like that.
Right.
It was a vibe. I liked it.
Like,
some people were judging they weren't killing on some 2021. I'm like, bro.
I kind of wanted a 16 from Paris Smith after I heard this part.
They had a dope vibe.
They bodied that.
Facts. And I wanted to ask you guys this. We talking about King's Disease 2. We talking about an older rapper. We all rap fans here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think? And I'm going to ask Deme this first. I want to hear from him. What do you think it is that separates certain rappers when it comes to that erosion in their rap ability? Like I'm a Jay fan. I like if I listen to Jay in 01, I can hear the clear erosion in 2021, right? When I listen to Nas, I don't hear as much erosion in his ability to rhyme. The voice is still there, the flow, the pocket, everything is still there. What do you think separates rappers as far as their skill not being as sharp when they get older? I'm asking you to speculate.
I don't know. That's a tough one because I wonder that. I think it's the dedication.
Okay.
Because if you look at who's doing it, they were always dedicated. If you look at like Styles P, Black Thought, Royce,
no drop off in their ability.
But that's always been their thing. Like, I'm the nicest, I'm the illest. It's never been like I'm getting bread, I'm getting chicks. So, man, I'm gonna say that plays a part. Like, if you Planet Asia, like anybody you think of that's still cooking,
right?
That's always been their MO for the most part.
That's fair. That's fair. You want to jump in on that, Sin? You got any takes or?
I also think health has to do with like taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Because dropping all those bars back to back like that, the breathing pattern, like the breath control, all of that, like that plays a part. Like you gotta eat well, be healthy, be mentally healthy. You know what I mean? Like some people go through some things in life. It erodes away at their mental health, and they can still be functional,
right?
And they could probably still write down some rhymes, but as far as is it going to be as potent? Are they going to deliver it the same? Like sometimes,
and that's the thing, bro. I feel like a lot of these guys are losing their ability to their delivery. Is just so weird to me. Then I hear certain rappers like a Kiss, who's been on fire this past couple of weeks. He's the same guy he always been. Ain't nothing changed.
Not a goddamn thing. He might be better.
Guy.
He might be better now.
Right.
But the difference is, I think, like, utilization matters.
What do you mean?
Like, you think Jay's rapping as much as Nas is today? Like, you know what I'm saying? Whole wife, how many kids, mad business ventures, running corporations and shit. Like, don't get me wrong.
So
like,
he's not sharpening the skills.
He's not using them powers, bro. Like, it's
Okay.
anything else. If you're not throwing punches in the ring, you gonna get your shit knocked out going in there against the people that really do this for a living.
That's fair.
Like, Nas still uses it. Kiss still tours like on the regular. He's still putting that power to use. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They still tour as a group. Like everyone, like
still
you
do
said,
mad
who
features.
still has it is on tour like crazy. Hov don't tour like that. Like he don't. When is you think Hov be freestyling in the shower? I just don't.
And Hov don't do regular records.
There you go.
Every feature gotta be some
It's
big
a
shit.
moment.
Yeah.
Hov, you see the way we're in the booth right now in the studio? Like this is probably like Nas and Hit Boy like several days a week for hours a day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that is a clear difference between the guys who really like was
Do this shit.
of this, like you say, do it, and guys like Jay. Even when Jay came in, he always said, "I'm not a rapper," this and that. So maybe that's the distinction between some of these artists who did it for the bread, maybe, or the clout, whatever, and the guys who love to be a rapper.
But that was always a way to like shoot down the people that do it for real. Because I don't even take this seriously, and I'm better at it than people who would live and
Fair.
die for it. You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
noticed that because when I listen to some of our older favorites, it's like some guys really like, again, like Eric Sermon and Paris Smith. Like they like Eric
Rapped.
Sermon didn't sound like Eric Sermon to me, but Paris sounded like he could give me an album right now, bro.
Yeah.
There was no drop
Some
off.
people still working on it. I'm telling you.
Copy. All right, let's get to the next topic,
Hold
fellas.
on, hold on,
Okay,
hold on,
do you think?
hold on, hold on. One more thing. I'm gonna need one more apology.
Oh boy, for me? Oh, okay.
I'm looking at that man right over there.
Okay.
For you know what for?
Nah, I have no idea what
For
you're talking about.
ever doubting the queen of hip hop,
Who doubted her, bro?
Lauren Hill.
Who doubted her,
Lauren
bro?
Hill.
Who doubted her though, bro?
You gonna
The fuck are you talking
I
You
about?
gonna sit up
doubted
there
her.
and lie to my face?
Okay,
like
what
that?
fuck are you talking
where
about?
Did I doubt her? Give me the. In what way did I doubt her?
Bro, you have never said one good thing about Lauren Hill, bro.
You really haven't, bro.
What?
You really
You
haven't,
never-
bro.
I don't give mad
Every
respect to
time
the score.
You really haven't, bro. On wax? We record this podcast.
What?
you know.
On the score, and then
Time out.
that's it.
Sid,
That's her real rap
I'm
album.
gonna call you out right now. This is the type of
Talk to
shit.
me.
This type of shit I hate from Deme.
Let's go.
Deme leads with the slander, and then when we shoot back, then you show love. And say, I always show love. No, nigga, your lead jab is always the Lauren slander. Keep it a band.
Nah.
It's not slander. It's honesty. It's
No,
keeping it
no,
a buck.
no.
And then people see that as slander.
This
you know what
is
I'm saying?
Dede's move.
Okay.
He'll say one good thing and follow it with 5 bad things.
Right.
And then when we run it back, he's
I
like,
showed
nah,
love,
but I said
Mo.
that one good thing. That was love, bro.
If a person knows how to shoot jump shots and they can't do nothing else, bro, I'm gonna
Bro,
acknowledge the fact they know how to shoot a jumper,
20
bro.
years, 20 years. And I'm going to say it right here.
So you gonna-
That is the album, not album, that is the verse of the year. Up
What?
to this point.
Whoa.
Lauren
See that?
Hill's
That's
verse.
the type of
What's
shit
better
that be.
than that? What's better?
That's the type of
What's
shit that be
better? Throw it
bugging.
out.
Mickey Fax verse on All the King's Men on Ransom album.
Anything
better than
on
that.
Ransom album.
And, half- 80% of Rome Streets is spitting.
Anything on Rome
Like,
Streets
come
album.
on, bro. Stop it. This is the type of shit that
Verse of the
annoys
year,
me.
my nigga.
Verse of the year.
Verse
And
of the
we're
year.
gonna give a 20-year absence
the
for 16. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, you threw it on there. I love it. Oh,
Nah,
man.
Sid, you wildin' for that, bro.
We
Get
go
the fuck
for
out of
it.
here with that bullshit.
That's
gotta
my
do it
take.
with Johnny, this
That
is
is my take. That's my hill,
Verse
and
of
I'm
the year.
dying on
All
it.
right, look, my bad. Because we didn't get to do the Zoom review, Deme, you could fall back on this one, but we kind of obligated to. Out of 5, you know we always gotta do the star ratings. King Disease 2, Deme. Out of 5, talk to me.
I'm going. I'm gonna go with 4.5. I've been listening to the shit heavy. I've been listening to shit heavy.
Wait, you enunciate. 4.5.
4.5. I love it. I love
Okay.
it.
But when I said
Okay.
flawless, you said not flawless.
It's not flawless. 5 would be flawless. It's there, bro. It's close.
stand
It's right there.
nigga.
It's
It's
right there.
close for me, bro. Like he basically checked all the boxes on this album. What box did Nas not check on this album?
I
Talk
don't
to
know.
me.
There was a couple joints that I was like,
Yeah.
like brunch on Sundays. Like
need
if you name a record brunch on Sundays, it better sound like brunch on Sundays. Lit, but that song wasn't lit.
Didn't need it.
YKTV should have been brunch on Sundays.
YKTV was beautiful.
Shout out to
I
him
love that
for
record.
bringing in an A Boogie for that spot. Like last 2 albums, he's tapped into Young New York, and I love to
You
see
feel
it.
me?
Yo,
Ferg
the
too?
shit he was spitting on 40 side, like that shit, like there's some
Moments.
bars on there that just hit me, like
Right.
crazy. I'm gonna give it a good solid 4.
I think you get King Disease 1 or 4 too, right?
Yes, they're neck and neck. I need to go back and forth between the two and figure out which one I like better.
All right, I gave King's Disease 2 the highest score on this podcast last year. For y'all swear I hate Nas. I gave him the highest score last year. It's not happening this year though. I'm giving it a calm 4 out of 5. You know what I mean? I like King's Disease 2, King's Disease 1 better, but you can't take away from the lyrical flexing.
Can't.
That Nas did. The storytelling.
The swag.
He leaned into the nostalgia. He leaned into the love of hip hop. He leaned into the world building on this project.
Absolutely.
Musically, I felt like some of the beat selection, ironically with Hit Boy, some of the beats only because I liked what he did with King's Disease 1, to repeat myself from earlier. I thought he was going to lean into that more, but I felt like he fell back into Nas's comfort zone. After the vibe, it was just like, this is a Nas album.
I think it's like the last 3 songs that
I don't think that's a downside.
It's not a bad. I'm just saying, this is nitpicking. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. You know what I mean?
I think you have to close it out the way a Nas fan would have probably wanted it, though.
I just like how Nas had that bounce on King's Disease 1. He was reinvigorated. I felt like he leaned back into what he's comfortable with King's Disease 2. But 4 out of 5, fire album. And you know what? I like the fact that I would say, I saw an article that said Nas is in his 2nd prime. To me, this is his 3rd prime. He's found it again.
Stillmatic when he came back.
I'll say this again.
Stillmatic, Godson, and Lost Here.
There you go.
Crazy.
And I'll say this. I dropped the gauntlet on Jay-Z. Like right now on an all-time scale, like Nas has dropped the gauntlet, Hov. You up next. I don't want to hear about I don't want to hear no collabo albums. I need a solo.
Maybe that's why Hov ain't make the album. Nas say, I need one day where Hov's not involved in something.
Yo, that's a fact.
He wasn't on King's Disease 1.
But then he dropped something going on that day though.
What was it? I can't remember.
He was on a song
look
or
at y'all
something.
Niggas. Look at y'all niggas. Even when he don't do what y'all talking about it, let it be.
What was it,
great.
the Lion King thing or something? It was something.
Oh,
the
that might have
Carters,
been it.
Was it the Carters or some shit?
No, the
that
Carters was when that was.
And then it was about to jump on Kanye on the same day. Hov would have been setting trends.
But either way, Hov, you see what Nas is doing.
The bottom one.
I need that. Pause. Y'all mentioned Kanye, right?
Yeah.
We had 2 separate Mercedes Arena Building Center, whatever the fuck the stadium is called. 2 separate listening sessions in about 2 weeks, right? 2 separate release dates. We still didn't get the album, right? Where is Donda? I'm gonna ask Sincere first because this is your prodigal son. You are the Kanye fan. Not necessarily where Donda is, but like, where is your expectations of Donda?
Listen, it's 2021, y'all. Like, Kanye has done this several times. I don't understand how anybody in the Lord's year can still be upset about not getting a Kanye album on time.
Talk about it.
Matter of fact, I got the list right here. You know I come prepared.
As you should. It ain't gonna be me.
The Life of Pablo, T-Lop, 531 days late. Graduation was 345 days late.
Wow.
Watch the Throne was 209 days late. But see, here's the thing, and this goes
crazy, bro.
Donda.
This goes to my point. Back in the day when albums was late, it was like there was an announcement, it got pushed back, and that's it, right? I can't tell you how many albums back in the day. Like I remember I Am it was infamously leaked, and so they had to go back to the lab and redo a lot of records, and so that got pushed back heavy. Lil Wayne albums got pushed back a lot. Like everybody's albums used to get pushed back in the day, and we just sort of understood that
by like maybe like a week, 2 weeks, a month.
No,
On average,
it would
used
be
to go to the
months.
source.
Like half a year
Remember
sometimes.
It would
when
be
the
months,
list
bro.
the albums?
Yes,
Remember when the source list
list
the albums? And that should be there the next issue.
The next
issue.
Yo,
There
it
were
would be
albums
one
like that, but
one
most of the
issue
time-
would say March, and then like 2 issues later it would say September.
Like give me some albums that was like that.
I just said like Nas
I
I
can't
Am
think
was
of-
like
Bro, he just gave you a list of Kanye albums that's been pushed back, bro.
I'm
So-
talking about on average. Don't average usually like it's like a month on average.
back in the
this-
day,
I
like
can't
if you was
think
really
on
tapped
top.
in, you would know. You would
Cormega,
hear
remember how
about-
long it took Cormega joint to drop?
I mean, it's Cormega, no
Yeah,
offense.
and then they
Yeah,
shelved
but I'm
it.
saying they still put the date, and then
And then
it
they
just
shelved
kept
it.
going.
So yeah, my point is record labels would put out a release date, and then it wasn't gonna be ready on time. They would push it back, and we would see it in the source or Double XL or whatever. Now, because it's social media, and everybody is checking on
That
shit every
microwave
day.
shit. Now.
Every day. So that's one thing that plays into it. When people expect something, now they're like, no, I want it now. You said I was gonna get it now.
Right.
Give it to me now.
We didn't have somebody to complain to back then.
Come on,
Right.
son.
Right. So if I was mad about I Am being pushed back 6 months, I was just gonna have to eat that. What was I gonna do? Who was I gonna tell? Right? But now people go on Twitter and social media and be like, yo, fucking Nas pushed back his album 6 months, fucking Kanye pushing back his album. I don't know how. So it is, it's the nature of the beast. You know what I mean?
And you know what, bro? Not to sound like an angry old head, but all of these soft ass young niggas crying because the album got pushed back. Shut the fuck up. Like, albums get pushed back every day, B. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
That's a fact.
Deme,
That
talk
music.
to me. Kanye, not necessarily about the pushbacks, but like, what do you think about the hoopla surrounding this? All the shows, the mask on, the whole Kanye aesthetic. Like, as a person who's a scholar of the culture, like, what do you think of this shit?
I mean, it's Kanye, man. Like, for real, I don't expect nothing different.
That's the best thing.
He's definitely was one of my favorite rappers. I actually thought at one point he's the best rapper ever at one point.
Wow.
But it made sense because you find out he got team of writers, so it makes sense. I just felt like he balanced everything better than everybody, to be honest. You got Hov, you got Nas, but I feel like they in the pocket more so, even though they can do everything.
Right.
But yeah, it's Ye, man. This guy is just, everything has to be a show. Everything has to be a moment. Everything has to be talked about. So
you think like with all of this shows, right? Like we saw the numbers, like Apple TV record, like 5.4 million views. Do you think the show is gonna outweigh or outshine the album at this point? Can the album live up to this shit?
I don't. To be honest, man, I don't know, cause I didn't even know he still had this much juice. To be honest, so I don't know. People are still interested.
Yeah.
So whether he delivers or not, I think he's capable still.
You tapping into that?
I'm gonna tap. I haven't written him off. It's just not the same anymore. He's more than. He's not Mr. Hip Hop no more, and I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, but he's just in just a different space. Yeah, he's just not Mr. Hip Hop no more. So I haven't written him off. I'm definitely gonna tap in. Kanye's still important to the culture. Contributed a lot.
Yeah.
People forgot that he still produces. It's not that he just
the Sonics are still lit. He can still produce his ass off.
Yeah. So I give it up. I'm gonna tap in, man. I'm just not gonna be every day on my phone like everybody else. Like
I'll say, you said at one point potentially the greatest rapper. I think I've said it here. I felt like album for album, he has the greatest discography of any rapper.
I think it is great. It is. It's really, his albums are. I just feel like he's like Nas, Jay, Fab, Scarface in one.
Just a little bit of everything.
I feel like he's a little bit of everything. He got the radio shit. He got the shit with topics, themes, creativity.
He was Drake before Drake then.
I don't even consider Drake in that convo. I
Drake don't belong there.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm talking about as far as the chameleon-y vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like able to just tap into so many different regions of music and styles.
I don't see Drake tapping into a lot of stuff, man. I feel like he's a one-trick pony.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well,
I don't
his diversity comes from one lane. Right. He's very diverse with his shit, but
I think.
Go ahead, son. This is your pocket.
So my take on that. I think Kanye's diversity is more organic. I think Drake's is more calculated.
What's hot at the moment,
right?
Yeah.
He's a pop star. He's not a rapper.
He's a pop star. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
He's a pop star that uses rap as the vehicle. I can say that.
As far as if Kanye will the album will live up to the stadium hype. I think if y'all ever seen this movie, talking to the crowd, it's called Pootie Tang. Oh. I think Kanye could be the first rapper to pull off a Pootie Tang, bro. Where he just there's literally no sound and everyone's gonna go crazy. He has the. It just Kanye is in of itself a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Even bigger than the music. It's the fashion. He's selling clothes with holes in them for like $800 a piece.
Facts.
Like he is a culture in and of himself. So I feel like even if the music is not the best music that we expected from him, it's gonna be lit enough to do what Kanye does, to pack his show. It's Kanye, bro. Like
sell $50 hot dogs.
How excited are you to hear Donda though?
I'm excited. I want to see if it's because I like the last album. I'm one of the few people that thought the last album was cool. The Jesus is Gospel or whatever.
Yeah, Jesus is King.
Oh, there you go. I thought that was a cool album.
Jesus is Gospel. That sounds much better though. Low key. Low key.
But I'm here for it.
All right.
I like Kanye.
You know what? I'm enjoying this. This reminds me more of early Kanye than Kardashian Kanye.
Spectacle Kanye.
Yeah, the spectacle of it. Like, this is what Kanye was. Everything Kanye did was a look at me moment. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Like I'm the promo run, the rollout before we called it a rollout. Kanye mastered that. So this right here, wearing everything over his face, going to venues, like sitting next to Lil Baby and these people and you don't even know if it's Kanye or not. You know what I'm saying? Or wearing hot ass clothes in the summer, but not sweating Kanye, doing push-ups in a prison-like room Kanye. Oh, this is Ye. This is what I want.
100 Shades of Ye, bro.
I want the spectacle. I don't want the guy who's saying weird shit and standing next to Trump. I want the dude who just does the loudest things at the most random times. Because one day we woke up, we didn't know we were getting the Kanye album. Next thing you know, he's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium having a listening session. Like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
Who rents out a stadium for a listening session?
Right, and not only that, let's acknowledge the fact that he's selling out shows for songs that nobody has ever heard
that
before.
May or may not make the album.
I didn't know he still had that kind of juice.
Right.
We're literally
The spectacle of it all.
looking into the creative process of him making the album.
Yes.
He's playing songs and then he might cut them later. He make new songs, play those for the people. Like,
Pootie Ting.
What Kanye is doing.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
He's once again creating new rules in the culture like he did in the past. Like, this is a whole new thing. No one has done it, but this won't be the last time a rapper goes to a stadium or does something real loud for a listening session. Kanye continues to reset the culture. And I'm going to say this now. We talking about the locks and resetting the culture. That VERZUZ was immaculate. Amazing. The best verses of all time.
Absolutely.
I don't care what you say. I don't care where you're from. You can't top it. Unless you get
And New York did that.
Talk about it. Where's my thing? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, unless you get two juggernauts in a verses, like we talked about, if you could get Dre and Diddy, maybe we talking about something. But Dipset versus Locks, to bring an energy to show people who never been to New York what New York actually is.
Monumental.
The Locks are taking a victory lap still as we speak.
Promo tours out the wazoo.
I saw a post from Punch via TDE. He's part of that team saying that the Locks restored the feeling. But in this microwave culture, I asked the table, did they restore the feeling or is this just a moment? Deme, I'm coming to you first.
It's just a moment.
They
didn't restore the feeling because the feeling is here. The feeling never left. New York never went nowhere.
Let's go.
I like
channel.
that pivot.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the Go Get a TV. That's why I highlight MCs from New York that been holding it down. That shit is a narrative that done ran wild. But I feel like they brought attention to what's going on.
Okay. I love to see it. Sincere, talk to me. You the nostalgia junkie here. Talk to me.
Listen, I'm gonna do my little backstory thing for a second. Cause I wasn't here.
Let me get the drops ready for this night.
No, cause I wasn't at the table for last month's episode.
You right? Get your shit off.
Cause I was out in Cali living my best California life.
Set
California dude.
You know, smoking a little Cali bud here and there. You know, don't tell my child nothing like that. You know what I mean?
It's on wax.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He heard it.
Yeah, you know.
Living his best life.
But listen, there's a part of me that has always gravitated to that West Coast vibe. And like I was out there and I was like, oh man, like fuck it. Chronic is the greatest album of all time.
No.
Fuck it. Tupac's the GOAT. Fuck it. I'm just gonna relocate
Kendrick is next
to
up.
Cali.
Fuck it.
Kendrick is everything. and I was loving Cali that much. I was so like engulfed in the vibe. And then I come back home and I'm like, oh man, I kind of want to go back to Cali. And then this fucking verses happened.
Nice.
Come on!
This fucking verses happened. And I was like, no, what the fuck was I thinking? I am New York to the death.
Core.
Cali could never pull off what Jada Kiss, the Locks, and Dipset did in that verses, man. That New York feeling, for somebody like me that grew up on it And like for like half a split second, maybe was kind of like, maybe I don't need it no more. Maybe I can relocate to Cali. The weather's always nice and
Wrong.
No, fuck that shit. New York. Stand up.
Stuck here.
Deme, talk to me, bro.
I say that they did restore a feeling.
Okay.
Let's, like, as to what you say, let's keep it a buck, my guy. We haven't been talking about New York rap like that up until like maybe like the past couple of years with Griselda and such. You know what I'm saying?
That's not true though, man. That's casual.
Who's been the New York staples over the last few years though?
Are we talking people who rap well, or are we talking people who getting radio play?
A combination of both.
Radio play. New York has been abandoning New York artists on radio, so I'm not debating that.
Shout out to Ebro.
Rap-wise, you got Mickey Facts, you got
Mickey
Bodega
Facts is
Bams,
nice.
you had Fred the Godson, you had Smoke Dizza, you had
indeed.
Joey Badass. Like, there's been people.
It's a matter
cooking
of
it.
like overground and underground, essentially,
That's
right?
it.
Or what we perceive to be underground.
What we perceive that. That's a good point.
Joey Badass a whole star.
Because they could make mainstream records if they wanted to. It's not like these guys are like exempt from making those kind of records.
I don't think that matters because Flip De Niro makes mainstream records and we don't play him.
Shout out to the Floss.
That's true.
Man,
he got
make
a few
dope
good
shit.
joints, yeah.
At first, I was kind of like, but he got some shit.
He got some joints.
He got some
That shit with
shit.
DaBaby was fire.
Flip De Niro's on that list for me where I always say, like, we let a lot of shit in the South slide. So anything New York, I'm with. Flip De Niro falls with that. Like, if it comes out as moderately fire, I'm going to stand for it because it's New York. You know what I mean?
I thought and plus, like, I felt like the Locks would have accepted the win better than the Dipset would have anyway. You know, the Dips, they mad cocky. They would have probably went crazy over it. The Locks been mad humble.
But that's New York too.
It's really Harlem though the most.
There you go.
Harlem
There you go. My guy, you know what I'm saying?
But New York
That's
is
a
some
fact.
cocky,
That's where I'm from,
people.
so
it's more of an uptown humble. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
But
fact.
I respect it. I think it's invigorating. I think it's good for like upcoming MCs to see that dudes who actually rap are celebrated. People can be goated by actually spitting for fucking 25 to 30 years of actually barrage.
Yeah.
Like there's been no real bad Jadakiss verses in 30 years. I can't name. Oh my God, that Jada verse was doodle. There's not been one.
I mean, it's a couple of Chic verses, but go ahead.
Oh man, shout out to Sheik Luke.
Don't do this again.
Silverback Gorilla.
Man.
Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Kiss.
That was perfectly timed.
I gotta tell you, a lot of hate.
It's not hate, bro. It's criticism. Come on, dude. Don't do that to me, fam.
But he contributed,
You
man.
right. You right.
Metzat.
For me, yo, hey yo, but for me, I'm not gonna say restored the feeling. I'm gonna say it reminded the feeling.
Invigorated?
It reminded hip hop, the nation worldwide, that there's a certain energy that we control in New York City that cannot be replicated anywhere. They were on stage wrestling. Telling
Kicking
niggas,
each other.
shut the fuck up, get the fuck out of here.
one
They
getting
go
Daniels
and rap
on the
they
floor.
verse.
That's the Locks and Dipset though. That shit was some.
That's New York
It's
City
beautiful.
No, but them two dudes particularly.
Oh yeah,
they
you
was
right.
talking
You right.
hella shit.
But like
that
on
shit
a
was crazy.
Friday night in the summer in New York City, you could go to the corner of any hood and it'll be like 80 niggas having that same conversation, and nobody's
fact,
fighting.
man.
Niggas are still passing a bottle, playing CeeLo, having a good ass night.
Blunt in the air.
And a blunt in the air, and I love to see it. It reminded niggas why we control the culture, why what we bring to the culture can't be replicated anywhere. You can wear your tight pants and your designer belt and look fucking stupid while you do it. And Jadakiss is on stage in the middle of summer with Tim's on. Tim's on.
Bro, that's
Chic
that
Loose
classic.
Fatigue
90s.
shorts and a t-shirt, my nigga.
Yes.
And it didn't matter.
Classic.
It wasn't about fucking.
He was icy though.
Icy though.
He was icy though.
You right.
He the only one that was shining.
It was.
He don't care.
It wasn't about drip.
Yeah.
It was about the ability to rap and control the crowd. And I take the L.
Performance.
Like my fellas hit the table, they told me it's not just about the music. I was stuck on the music.
The songs.
Them niggas control the arena. And that's
MC
something
shit.
that's been missing. These guys come and they harmonize their bars and they leave. They don't control the venue. Kiss and the Locks controlled that venue. We watched it at a spot in Harlem. When I watched it at the
70
crib,
blocks from Harlem too.
whoop, nigga, there you go. In the middle of Harlem, damn near. That part when he said, "This is Kiss," and played "I'm from New York," the crowd It's not even just about what Kiss said. It was about the fact that Madison Square Garden, New York City, when that beat dropped, the nigga dropped the beat and let the crowd sing the lyrics because he had them. You understand what I'm saying? And that reminder of what rap is, and should be.
Everything.
It gets no better than that.
Everything worked in their favor. I mean, from the punchlines to the rebuttals and the jokes, the whole Cam, you live in Miami, like everything just.
Bro,
facts.
They checked every box.
I love to see it.
Shout out to Royce, the 5.
You know what I'm saying? I love to see it, but
Checking every box?
you gotta check boxes.
Is he checking every box?
every box. Sadly though, we gotta go a little negative, fellas. In the midst of Sincere being in Cali, me being on the bench, we recorded an episode. We couldn't get to talk about this, but we saw the homie Conway the Machine rocking a very expensive scarf that looked like a skirt around his waist. Hip hop,
Yes.
especially the Griselda corner of hip hop, pissed off. What the fuck is this?
Uncomfortable.
Sincere, you know I always come to you first because you brought Griselda to the Rap Roundtable.
Okay.
What's good with your mans?
Honestly, I don't care.
Oh wow!
I don't care. If you notice, if you run back any of the episodes or go back in the group chat, I've never talked shit about anything that any rapper has worn. Whatever the fuck you want to wear, you wear it.
Send.
Listen,
Griselda though.
I understand it, but he's chilling at the hotel. Maybe he didn't have a towel. He needed some, coming out the pool.
Nah, it was a scarf.
It was a scarf. No, maybe there was no towel on it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was.
So you co-signing that? You validated that?
I'm saying if
that's
that's how he felt in the moment, that's how he felt in the moment.
Wow.
Listen,
Wow,
but
bro.
to
That's crazy, bro.
My bigger point is, the hip hop audience. We can't make this shit up. I'm glad I said that.
Me too.
Oh my God, classic.
Yeah. But the hip hop audience always has something to say about what dudes wear. And I get it because fashion is a huge part of hip hop. I understand it.
With the alpha male braggadociousness, and then we got an Alexander McQueen skirts
I
in.
get it. But if we go back in the day to Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, to Run DMC with the tight leather pants.
This ain't the 70s.
Yeah, but like at one point or another, like people, like dudes have worn questionable stuff in the name of fashion, in the name of showmanship, in the name of like
Them
trying
European
to
fits.
trying to be a rock star or be noticed or whatever. Like dudes just be doing shit sometimes, and I wouldn't do it, me personally, but it's. To each their own.
I think it's clear with me where Deme and I stand. We not okay with this scarf skirt situation.
Okay.
Not at all.
But I'm gonna ask Deme, like, I know you saw it. It's a very expensive scarf, nevertheless. But how did you feel when you saw the Machine rocking it that way?
I'm gonna say this is a prime example if anyone hasn't noticed this in their life as of yet. That when people like you, they'll make excuses for you.
Oh, sin.
If it's anything, if it was anybody else, it'd be a dub. It'd be a dub.
Not for me.
No, I'm saying, I mean in general.
Show.
Yeah, I'm just meaning in general. In general, it would be a dub. I'm not with it. If you a man, be a man. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you do on your time, do on your time. But men don't wear skirts. I don't care about all that Irish shit that people talking about and the kilts and all of that. And
you don't fuck with the plaid kilts?
Africans who shockers. We not none of them. We live in New York. They live in Buffalo. We don't do that, man.
They don't even wear skirts in Buffalo.
That's my point. So that shit ain't our culture. So, them other dudes, that's their culture.
Shout out to Deme for bringing the real, because this nigga sitting here loves Griselda so much that they shucking and jiving for GXFR, nigga.
Let the record show. Go back to any episode. I've never once said anything about what anybody's wearing.
Right. I hear you.
You express yourself however you want with whatever you want to wear.
So you taking it out? That's what you doing here?
Yeah, he slid out of that.
So those my mans.
He's still bringing the bars. You still all bar anybody.
You right. No. Hey, absolutely. Speaking of that, Westside Gunn, double album on the way. A year ago, my man said he retired. Now it's a double album. Can I bat lead off here? Can I start the
Do your
segment?
thing, bro. Do your thing.
I don't want a double album from Westside Gunn. No offense.
Jesus.
Griselda fans. Please don't attack me. If it was Benny or Conway,
Wow.
I would take it. You know what I'm saying?
Divide and conquer.
But
what the fuck?
Conway, Westside Gunn, I don't need about 90 minutes of Westside Gunn rap.
He's trying to sheep Westside Gunn.
I'm not
That's what he's trying to do.
Don't do. See you.
better than Westside Gunn.
Fan who team you want. Don't do
I
that.
love you like cook food, brother.
I'm just saying, when it comes to the rapping, I don't know if I need two CDs.
A double album today's like 20 songs though.
That's true.
That's too many.
40 minutes.
You got it.
Thank you.
An hour long.
Demi, talk to me. Am I wildin'?
Nah,
You're
not wrong.
wildin', bro.
There's no way I want 20 Westside Gun songs.
Because first of all, they're gonna be like 10 Griselda songs. If you
I
get 20,
can't bank on
No,
that.
it's not.
Yeah, I can't bank
The
on
last
that.
couple of Westside
He
Gunn
been
albums,
by himself.
right?
and they have what, like 10, 15 songs,
Lot
10,
of
12
solo
songs.
He
That's
had
a
like
lot.
13 songs on the last project.
And
Only
they
one
won't-
feature from Benny and Conway.
That's one every 13, so we get at least 2 or 3 joints from them.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
see, you love wearing capes for niggas. It's fucking Westside Gunn. You
Bro.
know he can't rap.
He has his moments though. He shows up on some tracks.
Double, Dede, I'm shaking the table.
Pray for
Dede,
Paris wasn't tough.
He dropped 2 albums since then. Were they as good as Pray for Paris, bro?
He used to get back in the Pray for Paris vibes.
Double CD.
I know.
Double album.
Maybe we'll
It's
get
a
some
lot.
Freddie on that.
It's a
Double
lot.
Some Rock
album.
Marciani,
He
some
better have
Rock
a feature on
Marciano,
every
some
song.
Rome Streets,
on every song.
some J Electronica. He got people he can throw on them joints.
Deme.
He need to throw Rome on more of them joints. Shout out to Rome.
Take
Shout out
the
to Rome,
cave
yo. Brooklyn in the
off.
building.
It's not a cave,
Hang
bro.
it up.
Hey, what you gonna say if you come
Sid,
out and if it's fire?
Help me.
So,
What if it's fire?
If it's fire, it's fire, nigga. But you know I'm not wildin' when I'm saying fucking Westside Gunn double album. You get me upset, my nigga.
It's not gonna be just a Westside Gun album, though.
first, we should probably see a track list or something. Track list, producer list,
Here he go.
guest
Levity.
list. All right. But that being said, it's a tall order, bro. Like,
Average song today is like 2 minutes and 8
it's
seconds,
a tall order. Think
Dede
about
the cape.
Think
It's
about
not
all
a cave.
listen,
I'm keeping it above.
Think about all the double albums in hip hop, right? How many have been like
What's the most
really
recent?
successful?
I can't think
I
of
mean,
it. Drake.
quality wise. I don't mean
But Drake
like.
ain't rap on both.
I
right?
don't mean sales wise.
Scorpion was garbage.
Yeah,
You know
Drake,
what? Call it what it
yeah,
is.
Drake
Scorpion
shit.
was basura, bro.
Yeah, I'm not counting Drake.
Drake couldn't do
I'm
it.
saying that was the last.
And
double,
and
though.
that's even by Drake fan standards. Drake fans don't love Scorpion. They
Facts.
don't. My man Nas, he couldn't do it. Your man Hove,
BP2.
Yeah,
Nah, he couldn't do it because he had to drop 2.1 because he was wild.
he couldn't do it. We have to go back. We have to go back to Big.
Pac
did it.
Whoa, Wu did it.
96.
Wu did
Pac
it.
did it.
You sure Wu-Tang Forever was good?
Wu-Tang Forever is fire.
It's a beautiful album.
Wu-Tang Forever is
Wow.
fire.
There's a lot of
Wu-Tang.
joints that didn't make the
There's
capital cut,
10
but
10 motherfuckers in
mean,
Wu-Tang.
yeah.
That's true. 10 dudes.
It's not one dude doing
Bone
it.
Thugs got
10.
a double and they shit ain't hitting. It's
Yeah.
5 of them.
yeah, Art of War was fire.
Oh, we gotta
Nah,
talk
it
about
was-
that.
I
They
wasn't
want to
feeling
smoke
that
with
like
Wu-Tang.
Deme in his pocket now.
Let's talk about it.
Yo, listen.
Nah, it's a tall order, man. I don't know, man. I
A
don't
dude
know.
who's not known for his rapping ability dropping a double album is okay with you, my nigga? Like, you serious?
And he has it's not like he doesn't already have a lot of material.
Right.
Maybe if he was more fresh, he got a lot of shit, man. He got a lot of shit.
That's what I'm
That's true
saying.
too. Like if he went away for a year or two and then hit you with the double,
About to
maybe.
hit you with
But
the
he's-
double
he's already
line.
dropped how many?
Boom!
How many projects is he? Yo, my boy was
18
just
songs.
my boy
They
was
not
just,
even that long.
my boy Josh.
And
Shout
it's
out,
just me.
shout out to Josh. I have a group chat with him and my boy Al. And he was saying this morning, he texted the group chat. He was like, "Yo, Griselda drops a lot of projects, man." Like,
So?
yeah,
If it's fire, it's fire.
Right. But then when you want to drop like something like a double album, it just makes it hard because it's like, yo, we've already gotten so much, and we don't like it might be, listeners that don't like
You're right.
you that don't have the confidence in the fact that you could pull off the double
I appreciate that pass, son.
Maybe he can go in a different bag because there's so many records. He
So
can go
boom.
into different vibes.
Here's what I'm gonna say. The only way this album could possibly be magnificent. I don't think Westside Gunn is capable of making a bad project. We not worried about it being average or just okay. If it's a double album, I gotta sit next to this nigga, sit through this dude rapping for like an hour and a half. He's been in his curator bag.
Yeah.
I think this album, he needs to be in his curator bag. Yeah. I need to hear from fucking Tyler, the Creator. I need to hear from Dave East.
Rome.
I need to hear from Rome. I need to hear from Benny. Conway, Hove. Everyone who Griselda has touched. Freddie.
You want, what's the dude he fell out with?
Oh, Makami. Back in with him. If he's in his curator bag, and he's like, you know what? I know I'm not a rapper. He keeps saying it, right?
That's what I think we're gonna get.
If he gives us what's close to like what Jay did with Dynasty, where it was a faux collabo album.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
Pardon me on the call, fellas. I feel like the album could be fire because now you can hide your abilities around niggas who really do this shit. But if it's just him for a double album, I don't want it. I'm saying I'm on wax. I don't want it.
I tells me it's gonna be hate though.
Because you know what? Westside is like the underground Puff. Like he's gonna, he's gonna do like the Puff Daddy and the Family type of album. That's what I see. It
has to be. Yeah. It has to be. You know what? We're due. Like Deme said, to bring this topic full circle, he expects a lot of Benny and Westside. It's been a minute since a Westside project feature. Yeah. Conway and Benny. I'm drunk. I'm a little drunk.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. It's the Migos. If he's doing that, then I'm okay with it. Even if it's a lot of those two guys. I'm never going to say no to a Benny or a Conway verse. But it can't be him. Just to repeat that, it can't be him. Y'all can kill me in the comments. Y'all always do anyway. I'm good. 38 special.
It's hard to listen to 20 songs.
Can we get BSF on it? I don't know about BSF. But can we get BSF on it?
No, they got some joints. BSF can rap.
Maybe he can rap.
They can rap.
He did this with the double Deneism.
What?
They can rap. They
You
got
use
some
my
joints.
ball.
That's his shit.
That's my shit. He can rap.
They can rap, man.
They got some joints.
All right, fellas. We heavy in this New York bag, right? I threw this topic on the rundown. I didn't really give y'all a breakdown, but then I talked about it off air with Deme and Deme before we started. I have an issue with hip hop, y'all.
Okay.
It's the fact that every other region could be pro their region, pro West Coast, pro Midwest, pro South. No one says a word. But did he send that? But the minute New York niggas pop our shit, we get called biased. This whole New York bias. We're the only. There's no LA bias. There's no Atlanta bias. There's no Chicago bias. But there's a New York. No Philly bias. But there's a New York bias. And I'm kind of tired of that.
Say East Coast bias.
East Coast bias. But they talking about
it's
us.
Always
yeah.
You know what I think?
Let me finish, Deme. Let me finish.
Copy.
And I'm frustrated with this situation because I feel like the culture, or the gatekeepers, have pushed New York so far to the side that you don't have the right to say that there's a New York bias. We started this shit. How the fuck we biased? Go ahead, Deme.
This might sound so weird, but we're like, New York is kind of like the white people of hip hop. Does that make any sense?
Nah. I was literally thinking along the same lines.
Like what?
Let me let you finish before I get upset.
Yeah. Like if you've been on top somewhere for so long, people don't want to care about your resurgences.
Bro, we ain't been on top in almost 20 years.
We started it though. You know what I'm saying? So we're always like
These
the big
people who are
the big
in it
brother
don't even
that
remember they weren't here for
They
that
weren't
time.
here.
They weren't here.
But it's
Look
been
at
carried down.
the hip hop's birthday was literally a couple of days ago. Everything was Bronx, New York. Everything was DJ Kool Herc. Shout out to Disco from Soundview. Minnesota was telling us about that's the dude that really started the game. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna let it rock. But
shouts to Minnie.
We're known for being the ones that started it, the ones that curated it, the ones that keep it pure. You know what I'm saying? We're known for that. So when we brag about it, it's almost like, Jesus, y'all want more credit for that too?
But then they get tight because we like the lyrical shit. Like we too smart for niggas. We can't win nowhere.
It started here, so we're gonna have a different view on it. We're gonna have a different perspective on it. Like it's our baby in actuality. I'm saying other people came on deck and doing their thing. Shout out to the West Coast, but overall, like it's a New York thing.
I'm not okay with this.
I know
I'm not okay. Deme's off to me.
Yeah, it's absolute bullshit. I got a segment on this on my show. If you ask me, it's absolute bullshit. I'm gonna give another reason why it's bullshit. Right? When they want to dismiss New York, you go, oh, y'all ain't been popping, right? And then you go, oh, French Montana been popping. Nicki Minaj is on the radio. Oh, but they don't sound like old New York.
That's a good. I mean, that's French Montana didn't sound like a South.
Let him cook. All these years with J.R. Writers and Lloyd Banks and Fred the Godson was putting out all this shit. What was they saying? Oh, y'all stuck on that old New York shit.
Talk
so
about
it's a bunch of bullshit.
Double standard.
No new artists sound like they region no more. Those days is gone. There's only an industry sound. There's no regional sound.
That's trash.
So for you to try to hold, whether it is or not, I'm just saying, for you to try to hold New York to this Rakim standards, like someone should sound like Rakim right now, when nobody sounds like Uzi's from Philly. He don't sound like no Philly nigga. Roddy Ricch is from what, Cali? He don't sound like no Cali. Like, it's an industry sound. It's an internet sound. Because most of these dudes came in and this is not even my point. This is me watching another show and someone else called in, and this is the point they made. A lot of these dudes joined in when the internet boomed, 2000, 2005. So that's their hip hop.
Hip hop has really become a job. You get what I'm saying? It's really.
Nah, I understand that, but it's like you don't get to have the internet sound. You don't get to say what you say, which is factual, Deme, and say it's a job, it's industrialized. But then single out New York niggas for being New York niggas.
Look at the point I just made.
But
It just shows you how they
New York niggas,
It just shows you how they full of shit. They hold you to standards. They go, oh, it's not about bars, but then turn around and want a New York nigga to freestyle for 4 hours.
Nigga.
But then when you bragging about the nigga barring up to death, they go, well, it ain't about bars.
The shit with the locks completely showed exactly why New York is what it is. Don't get me wrong. We seen X and Snoop. It was nice.
That was dope.
You know what I'm saying? We seen Bounty Killer and
That was dope.
And
Beanie Man. Yeah, that was
beautiful.
Dope. That was beautiful.
But the locks and Dipset.
But what I will say is they changed the show up too, though.
True.
Everybody else was pretty much just playing music. I think that dynamic changed it a lot.
Precisely.
That shit was a concert.
You don't get to say precisely because when I asked you if the change in the format affected the verses, you actually didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
I admit that I got caught up in it. But as we were talking about it, me, you, and Sin, I came around. I misunderstood your. I misunderstood your question. No.
Sin understood what I was asking.
The viewers can go back and take a look at it. Jarv be doing me dirty sometimes, but
not because you be forgetting what you say, bro.
Nah, I misunderstood the question the first time you asked it, but I cleaned it up the second time. Y'all can go and view it for yourselves if you don't believe it.
You don't go and view it and be like, yo, Sin understood what he was saying, but Deme kind of wrote him off.
We gonna tag it in the YouTube.
As you were saying,
I came back around.
I'm just sick of niggas acting like I be wilding, but then
I didn't say you was wilding. I ain't say you was wilding, good brother.
Nah, I think that just changed the dynamic, that it was in like an actual performance instead of them just playing music. So that kind of changed.
That changed it. Yeah, absolutely did.
Showed skill. They
were ad-libbing each other's shit. It was beautiful.
They were spitting each other's verses.
It was crazy. It was when Jada's the MVP, not because he's the nicest, because he did what I would have expected Styles P to do. He knew everybody's shit.
Yeah,
everybody's shit.
You don't think the main guy would know the you know what I'm saying?
Not even that, because P is the one who's more into the craft. He's more into the craft, more into the culture. He's doing independent shit. You know, Jada's still the star type of shit. He want the ice, he want the big budget. But I could see where he's like, nah, nigga, this is my night. I'ma know my nigga shit. I don't give a fuck what you do, Styles. I'll play with you.
I'm dropping 81 tonight.
I'm dropping 81.
You gotta play your role.
Y'all niggas can shoot all y'all want to.
His role was to score that night.
Yeah, nah,
he scored major.
They was on the radio talking about it, like that Jada felt it ahead of time. That he paused, but that he was gonna
he was gonna cook that.
He was gonna cook. He was in that. He was in that zone, and he let his brothers know. He was like, "Yo, just hand
it off to me."
When him and Styles did the freestyle over the Nas beat, No Ideas Original.
Yeah.
When they did that, I'm like, oh, this is ball game. Cause he know his shit. This shit was crazy.
I wanted the Ain't Hard to Tell freestyle so bad.
What locked facts? What locked in for me, like for the rest of the world, is that Kiss is a shogun, bro. He's not some nigga that rapped who was hot for a second. Right. He's at the table.
Absolutely.
He checks all the boxes.
He checked all the boxes. Jada Kiss, he might not be a high-ranking Don, But when we talking about like the five families or the mafia, whatever, Kiss is at that table and he's next to some legends.
Yes.
SP is at that table. He's next to some legends. Sheik Luch is a lieutenant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shout out to Sheik Luch. But Sid, you've been quiet on this topic. Talk to me, fam.
Nah, I've been letting y'all cook. Y'all been making a lot of good points. As far as this New York bias thing, I think what people don't like is the air of arrogance that we come with.
So?
But you know what?
Oh yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? We don't give a fuck. We got a goddamn right to be arrogant. We the greatest to ever do it. Every area got their greats. But as a whole, as an area, we the greatest to ever do it.
Can you talk about it? Can you applaud New York City?
Before we skip this, I'm sorry, guys. Before we skip this shit, because y'all the people I want to talk to you about this shit. You know why people are full of shit?
Oh yes, this is my favorite topic.
If you ask a nigga from New York to name New York artists they don't like, they will give you a fucking 2-page list of people they think is corny from New York, whack from New York. These other niggas can't tell you 2 people. From they town, everybody's good from they town.
We love this shit.
So what we talking about? We could sit there, we so busy talking about how trash our own artists is, we don't got time to focus on y'all whack ass niggas over there.
You're right. It ain't our fault that we still love attention to detail. We don't want to we don't want that bullshit.
It has its moments, but we don't want that on the regular.
You know what I'm saying? And think about it. Even the guys, we talk about it on this roundtable all the time. The guys who are the heavyweights of rap today, not the Hoves and the Nas, but the younger era, they can all fucking rap. So obviously the bars still matter.
Anyone who gets praised still raps. People who like just serve radio, okay, but I see like people like you saying Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Big Sean.
They can rap. Oh, who you say? Big Sean? Oh yeah. Today is a good night.
I don't know what the hate is for him. I fucks with him heavy.
Ask him. He can tell you.
I fucks with him heavy. But to get to that, I think you still gotta rap. To shine, you don't gotta rap.
Facts.
To get that praise, I think they still. Cause who's after them now? Like who's after Drake and
they're looking at Lil Baby.
I don't know if I qualify to speak on him. Is he that level? No, because I don't follow his music.
Sin doesn't think so.
I think that the
words.
He
on that? He's on that kind of level, like Kendrick.
No, not Kendrick.
Big Crit, and all of that. He's on that.
I like Lil Durk.
You know,
is he on that kind of level though?
I don't think he is because he does that melodic shit. So you're not hearing his words. Like you have to, you might have to work harder to hear his lyrics. Deme could probably speak to it more than I can.
Talking about Durk or DaBaby? Or
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
If you listen to
Lil Baby got it.
If he listens to his lyrics, he's rapping his ass off.
Nah, Lil Baby can rap. It's DaBaby. I'm not really familiar.
And you just said he doesn't write his stuff too, right? Sin, did you say that in the group chat?
I don't think Lil Baby don't write his stuff. I don't think he said that. Nah.
You didn't say that in the group chat?
No way, bro. Wrong group chat, Deme.
Whoa, you sent something to us when he talks about
He don't even talk about this nigga. He gonna say he don't rap.
No, he said something it's as far as this is the guy you guys.
What it was that he says that he usually does not care what he says on a record, but when he gets but he's supposed to be on a record with Drake, and so now that he's gonna be a feature on a Drake record, now he feels like the pressure, and he's like, oh, I gotta be on my A game. And my thing is, how does that even come out of your mouth? Like, as an MC, as a rapper, if you love your craft,
A game all the time.
You gotta bring your A game all of the time. And this is the shit that I hate, because motherfuckers be getting over on the fact that, I could just say anything on the record, and as long as the beat is fire and it's got that bounce and it's vibey, like. They'll fuck with it.
I don't like the way you insinuated the word vibey.
That was a shot, bro.
Yeah, I felt some type of way.
Fuck out of here.
Wow.
You gotta bring your A game all of the time.
Crazy, bro.
All the time.
You can't
not just when you're on a record with Drake
The
or
rap
with
snob is in the building.
or with Hov,
The Rap
or with
Roundtable.
Nas, or with Black Thought, or with Kanye. Like all the time. All the time.
All right. Pack it up, bro. Pack it up. You know what I mean?
Settle down.
We understand. All the time. Speaking of rapidy rap, I like what you did there. Say, I don't know if you realize what you did, but you did it anyway. Cassidy, in the past couple of weeks, has been having a little bit of static with Tory Lanez.
Yes.
Said Tory Lanez stole some of his bars in a freestyle or whatever Tory Lanez does. Then they exchange. They exchange diss records. I felt like Tory got Cassidy on that.
He was cooking.
Dene, I don't even know if Sin heard it because Sin don't care. But Dene, what you talking to me? Who do you think got that?
I think Tory got it. Those Tory bars, like R. Kelly in the hotel room.
Spicy.
And, about the career, I mean,
a lot of truth.
I love Cass, but that career was a very short-lived when he caught the case, and then it was pretty much quiet from there. Like, if you look at it, how many Cass songs were there? Maybe like 3, 4.
Oof.
Hotel, I'm a Hustler.
Oof.
Drinking 2-step.
Girl,
there you
wanna
go.
come to my hotel. That was a joint.
That's what I'm saying. So
They
that's
can't
like
even
3
play
or
that
4
no more.
joints.
You right.
and that's
Biggest record.
excommunicado.
Yeah, I
There you
know.
go. And then the joint with Hove, I'm sure Hove has something to do with that. You don't never hear I'm a Hustler anymore either. What's going on with that? I never hear it. And that was a monumental record. I wouldn't be surprised if Hove said, you know what?
The industry decided to get Cassidy out of here.
Yeah.
But I felt like
some of that was on Cass though, man. He got into the car accident, he caught the case.
Yeah.
True. He's bad money out here.
His music wasn't really all of that as far as, the album shit.
And it didn't change up. It didn't hold up to the times.
Yo, Deme, how you feel about Tory, bro? I saw your face when we brought it up.
Yo, I don't understand how is this nigga surviving all these battles. I don't understand how is he.
He's having an illustrious career, low
Yo,
key.
this guy is.
You don't
not
see what he's
it.
doing to these
He's
dudes?
not it for me, but I can't speak too tough on him. Everybody I fucks with, they like him. They talk about all these mixtapes.
He's talented.
Yo,
It's
as
just
soon
not
as
it
I
for
said
me.
Tory, I look at Deme. Yo, he starts braying the way he's all the time, bro.
I was trying to keep a straight face. Like, I'm just not getting
You don't
how
get
he's
it.
surviving these fucking battles. And is he a
Crazy
singer
nice,
or a
bro.
rapper? I thought he was a singer.
He's a
Now
rapper.
He's a what?
He's a strapper.
He's a strapper.
Yeah. He's a rapper turned singer.
Yo, I'm just not with it though, man. Shout out to the
respect
brother
it.
though. Shout out to the brother.
Go ahead, Sing. Go talk about Meg now. Go ahead.
He shot me. I shot you. Separate.
I don't know how he survived that either.
Oh boy. I listen to the records. I mean, it's nothing.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
front on it.
I'm a write home about. But
Wow.
Cassidy did a whole Cassidy did a whole record going at Tory for a good reason. For a good reason.
Stole his bars.
Stole his bars. That's no.
That's not the first. That's not the first accusation
no.
either.
Right? You just don't do that as an MC. But that Cassidy record, that wasn't it for me.
That's all.
And like even before I heard Tory, like I was just like, okay, like it felt like he was saying the same things over and over and over again because he just ran out of ways to diss Tory. So it already wasn't it. But then Tory came and I didn't realize at first because I had seen a clip of it of the bars that he sent at Cassidy, right? And I was like, oh, okay, because you posted it.
Yeah.
And I seen that, and it was like a short clip, and I was like, oh, okay, let me hear the rest of it. And I didn't realize that it was a whole separate record and it was just like those few bars directed at Cassidy. But in those few bars,
He landed.
he flamed him.
Oh yeah.
He flamed him.
And 4 good bars. Is all
He
you
flamed
needed.
him. And I'm not a Tory fan.
He's talking nice about Tory.
By any stretch of the imagination. But he flamed
was talented.
Cass.
He cooked him, bro. He
The
cooked him.
bars were hard, and they
Few
They were
bars.
hard
What was it
hitting.
like 6, 8 bars?
6, 8. I don't even know if it was 8.
It felt like it was 4,
Four,
but 4 to 6
4
4 to
maybe.
6?
Yeah.
4 to 6?
It was a very sharp lineup.
Yeah, I don't
and they
think-
dipped
You
on
don't
it
think, those bars landed, Deme? No?
with the meek flow.
They was cute, but that's my thing.
was
Like,
cute.
you got the meat flow.
It was cute.
It was cute, man. Like,
Yeah, damn
my
it,
thing is,
man.
I'm like, I'm at the mindset, like, I've never been a Cass fan anyway. And at this point, you getting the best of Cass ain't saying nothing to me.
You didn't even care. You was like,
But-
fuck it, I'm watching, man.
But you would expect a little bit more from an OG in the battle game.
Right.
I like
You know
Cass
what I mean?
song, though. I liked it.
Yeah, but
It was long, But he approached it like the old head.
Yeah, and then again he just kept repeating himself.
Yeah,
Cass
just long pause.
Just sniper shots.
All right, fellas, we are in the stretch run of this podcast, but we got a few topics to get to that we have to talk about. DaBaby versus cancel culture. For the past, I would say 2 weeks, it was like the first 2 weeks of the situation. They were trying to get DaBaby out of here. Now I'm hearing rappers stand up. Even the Locks recently stood up and said, let's stand next to DaBaby. Sincere pointed out, I want to say before summer started, I don't remember which episode it was, but he was like, it seems like the industry is trying to get DaBaby out of here. Lo and behold, they trying to get DaBaby out of here. And I'm not agreeing with anything DaBaby said, but I've heard way more egregious things from famous people by comparison. Was he ignorant? Yes. But did he say anything really that repulsive? In my opinion, no. Sincere, since you kind of identified what was going on before it was a thing, is DaBaby safe against the culture?
I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of levels to this. For one, absolutely, what DaBaby said, he shouldn't have said. He should have been smarter.
Agreed.
He should have been smarter.
But we've heard so much worse.
But here's the thing. There's a difference between. And if you're saying we've heard worse from like records, there's a difference between saying things on records and then saying things
to
like
audience,
in real life to the audience.
True.
This is a different context.
People.
It feels different because I've seen people say, "Oh, but Eminem used to say that." All right,
that was the 90s.
That's true. First of all, it was a whole other lifetime ago where a lot of shit used to fly that just doesn't fly anymore. Right? It just is what it is. But also, you have the creative license or whatever, like, in the name of the art, you get away with some things. But when you're on stage and you're talking to the audience, that's not really, it's not part of the record or part of the art. That's like how you really feel. Right. And so that comes on, it holds a little bit more weight then, right? So he said what he said, and there was the backlash, right? But here's the thing. Where I feel like DaBaby fumbled it.
Talk to me.
He doubled down. And he doubled down heavy, and he did it because he likes being the bad guy. He likes trolling. He doesn't want to do what people expect for him to do.
Do you think that he didn't anticipate the reaction to the double down?
Yeah, because and here's the other part of it is that it's we're coming out of COVID, quote unquote. We might be going back into COVID.
Hello.
But we got this little window
Pocket
of time where we're outside. Everybody's outside, and so the promoters is like, yo, to do this music
Let's get
festival,
100,000 people to
do
stand
that
next to each
music
other.
festival, while we still can. And try to make back all that money that we lost in the past year. And so you have all of these music festivals lined up back to back to back to back to back. And DaBaby's like lined up for all of them, right? The minute one music festival canceled him, that was it.
Damn.
Because like then the next music festival, how are they gonna look? They don't want that smoke. They don't want to be like, oh, they canceled him over there. What about you? What are you gonna do?
But why are we so concerned about appearances, bro? Like I know that's the culture, but it's like it's not. To me, it's not real if you doing it. If Sin canceled Deme, so Jarv got to cancel Deme. I'm not doing it for right premises. Like
that's
you know
a fact.
what I mean?
But that's the nature of the beast. That's the game. That's
that's fair.
You know what I mean?
It's not fair, but I understand.
Yeah.
I should say. Deme, I saw you was about to jump in, bro. Like I was asking about his reaction to cancel culture. Do you think that he was prepared for this situation?
I think he's another example of when people think they're bigger than the infrastructure.
Yes.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah. I mean, you got they lose sight of it. They don't understand that they're a product in the moment. They don't understand that they're a tool in the moment, and then these companies and corporations. Because when you get to little babies. DaBaby. When you get to
so
the babies, I know, right?
Too many babies.
When you get to his position,
Like
that ain't no underground shit. Like a lot of people thinking all this, I'll do my own shit. You don't get to that level underground. You have corporations behind you at that point. You got labels behind you. You got bucks behind you. So they control shit, man. Once they decide you no longer the one, they'll start looking for the next one.
And it felt like, to Sincere's point, they've been trying to like, they chose a baby. It's Lil Baby.
Yeah.
So the other baby gotta go.
I mean, he does talk a lot. So I guess it's like, oh, you're not being a little niglet. So, we're going to have to get you up out of here.
Deme, do you think DaBaby can recover from this past month-ish of bad publicity?
Yeah. I genuinely think, with like the exception of like R. Kelly, that you can recover from like 9 out of 10 things. As long as you seem somewhat repentant about it. He's not the first or last person to have some type of gay comment.
I'm about to say messing with that community though.
But my thing is this. Like the whole shooting videos with white joints necking you off, not worth canceling for. The whole guy head from a white man's daughter in the record, not worth canceling for. I shoot niggas pretty much when I wake up, not worth canceling for. But that's worth canceling for. You know what I'm saying? It just.
I think a lot of people just jump on the wave too. Like they're not even as offended as they're pretending to be.
It's not even just that, bro. Like, I ain't got nothing against y'all. Y'all. What he said? What he said?
Careful.
No. What he said? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but y'all got some wolves on deck to the point where somebody even says like. If the breath smell funny, it's a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move. It can't. Not everything is a. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play that route. I'm talking about, but it's a slippery slope when we walk in anything we say.
Like society is one massive slippery slope, bro. Like you can't say anything.
But how do you live like that?
Who can't say anything?
That's what I'm saying.
Because a lot of people say whatever they want.
Who do you tune into?
So my next point was going to be this, and I have another anecdote right after this, but
any more lemonade?
It's killed.
Copy.
Kanye, we talked about Kanye earlier. They try to get him up out of here for being side by side, shoulder to shoulder with Trump.
You tried.
I tried.
You did. Immensely.
Yeah. Because I was, like, not to sound a certain way, but I was hurt. I was like, yo, like this isn't the Kanye I knew anyway. He's a prodigal son, like you said.
You already know.
And I've said this before, when you weigh their contribution to the culture and the art against their transgressions, you put them side by side and you start weighing them side by side. Like, whatever comes out on top, that's what people are gonna go with.
That's how you know R. Kelly shit is heavy, bro. Because we can't look past the music is so amazing.
But he's out of here.
That's what I'm saying. We can't even. And the music's so amazing. We can't get past it, bro.
But he's still out of here.
Exactly my point.
How
very few people make better music than R. Kelly.
You gotta hesitate as a DJ. Say that you at a party. You gotta think twice before you play that Kel's record. You know what I mean? 3 times, maybe.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Step in the Name of Love still rings off everywhere I go, bro.
Still
rings off everywhere, bro.
But then he made a point about people who don't even really live that shit and believe it. I feel like, especially the Twitter culture, I feel like a lot of people just say shit for the retweet and the like, bro.
It's
fake support.
To
get fake support.
It's just like with the lock shit. Yeah, real lyricism is back. You was the nigga talking about bars is unnecessary last week.
Yo, where were you when we did this Zoom? Because I got shot at and I was like, all of y'all are full of shit because y'all wasn't living that shit.
Y'all full of shit. You
Talk
was the
about
one
it.
who
Fact.
I got a new best friend, bro.
But my other anecdote here, and I was telling you this, offline, in the group chat. I was telling all of y'all this. So I have obviously I have a day job. This is not my this is not my only source of
we work. It's okay.
We work. We
make our rounds.
We got daytime jobs. Anyway, my coworker used to work at NPR, and so an old colleague of hers came through the job just to visit or whatever. Right? Saw my shirt. Right? Like if y'all can't make it out, it's the Illmatic cassette tape on a t-shirt. Right? As soon as he saw my shirt, obviously, he knows I'm a Nas fan or whatever. And he's like, yo, there is a Tiny Desk concert that Nas did 3 years ago that's unreleased. They never put it out. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. Like, why would they never put it out? And y'all know y'all want to know the reason?
I
Let's say it. Go ahead.
No, I said I want to hear this.
Oh, you want to hear this? Oh, I thought you knew. I thought you could guess it. The Khalees allegations.
Oh, shit.
There you have it.
Which is crazy, because and even he was saying and when, like, if you look at this guy, right? You know, he has a certain air to him. You could tell, you know, he's gay. And
Jesus.
I mean, look, you can tell, you know, he's gay, and like he's, you know, one of these, you know, white liberals. But even he was saying, like, yo, it's crazy to me that they won't put this Tiny Desk concert segment or concert out, because it's so good, and it's a legend in the game. And he did so many other performances on other TV shows and other forms of media. But like the higher ups at NPR was like, nah, like we're not doing this unless he comes on and does an interview about it clear his name. And you know, Nas is an introvert. He ain't doing that. He's not doing all that.
No
like
way.
he'll just be like, yeah, I want to put it out, then don't put it out. Fuck it. But I obviously I can't share it.
The fact that
audio, but
the situation with Khalees
crazy
never took off says a lot about what may or may not have happened in their relationship.
Right. And my point from what I've heard about that whole story is that it just seemed like it was
volatile.
Yeah, volatile on both ends. Like,
and Khalees seemed batshit crazy. Just keep it
so
above.
like
Deme.
She do.
you
She come off a little crazy.
I mean, all I can say is coming into being a man, like, you know,
We can't never say the truth in this world anymore, can we?
there's no.
She don't come off a little.
I don't know. John, let's say.
I hate you so much right now.
Come on, she was breaking shit in the first video.
That's a fact.
Come on, Mo.
That happened. You right, Dede, you right. I'm not disagreeing.
We can't tell the truth anymore about anything in the world, so we're just gonna lie to everyone from now on.
That's not what it is. It's about
it's offended culture. You got to be careful.
But also, like, how many times have we seen, like, you know, dudes, you know, breaking shit in the video? Like, so when the girl breaks something in the video, then she's crazy.
But I don't know Nas personally, but did Nas strike you as that type of dude?
We don't know.
Journey to Africa and Belly Nas?
We don't know. We don't know.
That's true.
It's true.
No one knows. But it did disappear very quickly though.
No, because you know, nobody else came up. Like when you get like a string of people, you know, people coming up with allegations, then that's a different story.
Copy.
Because you know how it go when people try to make a moment you. It could have been a moment, but that's not you. People try to make that moment you. And I realized that now that I've gotten older, you know, I've dealt with women and even have family members who are women and looking at their situation. I'm like, but that's not how it happened, though.
Yo, people, you know what? Facts. People in relationships who've had real relationships with, you know, significant others, the opposite sex, whatever, the same sex, whatever the case may be. Shit happens. And the thing is, what kills me about cancel culture is that they never consider that. They just black and white the situation when there's so much gray. Yeah. You know what I mean? The gray area. So much gray that they never talk about. And it's like you try to put people on these pedestals and feel like because Deme D is famous, air quote, we're gonna use you as an example. You supposed to just know better. You didn't
can't make no mistakes.
No person got famous because they knew better. They took chances. They took risks. Shit happened. And it's like, you get in a relationship with your significant other and emotions and logic goes out the window, things are gonna happen. You know how much times I can speak with stuff I've been in relationships where I got hit, like my girl got mad at me and she popped on me. Shit happened. That don't mean she's abusive. She had a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Try to make you.
I pissed her off so bad.
But if you're a guy, that you're abusive. That's the way it works.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point
I'm trying to make. Is that in the moment, I got person A so mad that they reacted a certain way. Why are we not allowed to react a certain way? Why are we not allowed to be emotional? Are humans not emotional?
No, that's a fact. That's a whole fact. And I agree with that 100%. The problem is that
it be niggas who be snuffing their bitches, they women, talking crazy about other people. You piece of shit too.
Here's the thing: we're in an age of reckoning, where, you know, everybody wants reparations for all the transgressions that happened over the history of all time, where there were no repercussions for dudes being abusive and beating the shit out of
the patriarchy, as they call it.
You know what I mean? So that's what it is. I've I saw it coming like a while back. We're like in the thick of it. And I've made my peace with it because like there's a lot of shit that went down over time. It's the same thing. Like, is every white person like a fucking like
racist?
Overt racist? No, but they definitely got over on it, right? They definitely benefited from that system. So, what I mean? It's just we're all just hyper aware of the history.
Facts.
And so we want to make up for all that shit.
It's like they throw nuance out the window just to get their point off.
Yeah.
They throw everything out the window to get their point off. The whole thing is how I feel, me individually, fuck everybody else, and that's how it is. You know what I'm saying?
All right, fellas, I would love to continue this conversation. We're not even talking about rap no more. We're just talking about real shit.
Life.
But we gotta wrap this
wrap it up.
You know the vibes.
Jim Jones, Deme, you know what? At first, I wasn't for the topic. Well, when Deme got the vision, sometimes you gotta listen to the homie. He be having the sight. Jim Jones, Whack 100, 6ix9ine, potential snitching allegations against Jim. Like, what is your point of view of that, bro?
Back in my days, like, snitches were like excommunicado. This is from a sidewalk nigga. This is not even from a nigga that's in like I understand the mechanics of the streets because I have a lot of friends in the streets, but I myself am not a street dude. But affiliating with snitches of any kind was kind of just like death to all. You know what I'm saying? So having interviews with them, sitting down with them, mixing them with them. They had Jimmy at shooting dice, whatever, with some video. And it was supposedly Alpo in the video. Right. They got him talking about that. Like, there was a time where even that was like a very bad look. Like, Jimmy would have been curved out for stuff like that. Back
in the day, taboo, bro. You couldn't do it.
But I just think it's a different time. Like, 6ix9ine's probably getting the most exposure from any person I ratted that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
But what about the Jim Jones aspect of it?
It's tough, man. Because there's wiretaps, there's Fed shit. There's a lot of people going to jail but Jimmy, you know what I'm saying?
But there's no evidence of Jim doing these things that Wack says he's doing.
That's true. And plus, if I say something to have, let's say, like, for instance, I say, yo, Jarv, we got to get Sin checked. We got to make sure he get checked right. And if nothing happened to Sin on our order, they can't really use the fact we talked about that against
saying
us.
someone could get violated doesn't mean that anything. It doesn't mean it's a hit.
Violated could be slapped in the face. Violated could be thrown off a bridge. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Could be getting a wedgie, bro. They could be
toilet swirly. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know. So maybe that's why Jim Jones never got affected by those things.
I just don't want to believe. You know what?
Not a member of the set, right?
Not even that. It's just like, considering what Jim Jones has established, the reputation.
Yeah.
I just don't want to believe, and I hate to put people on pedestals because I generally don't. But based on what he's established in the industry, the respect he's garnered.
For being real.
Harlem nigga, blood nigga, whatever the fuck, right? I just don't want to believe that Jim,
not the capo,
did that. I don't got no information. This is not my bag. I'm on a sidewalk right next to you.
Yeah.
But I don't appreciate Whack 100. Because to me, and this is a form of snitching in a way.
Yeah.
For Whack to say that Jim is doing this, I just don't believe that this is not snitching. Like, why are you blowing this out? Aren't you waving the red flag saying that Jim is doing something? I see you thinking over here, Sin, talk to me.
And you the big bloody.
I'm not privy to all the information surrounding this topic. I just know that whatever the fuck Whack 100 says, whatever comes out of his mouth, I'm believing the opposite. That dude is that dude's a clown,
that's crazy, bro.
To me,
I don't like. You know what it is? It just seems like.
Right?
Shout out to you, Deme. That's a fact. It's like, I just feel like the social media, not even TV, social media has made people want to be celebrities. I can't even tell you when did Whack 100 become
a name,
a clickable item?
Yeah.
Like, one day I looked in the shade room and he was there. Like, when the fuck did this happen?
It's been about 2 years now. All of a sudden, he's somebody to check
Looked up with academics and You know,
like what the fuck?
And then there's that.
Look at the people he's connected with.
Look at the company.
Facts.
2 other clowns.
The fact that he's rolling around with Son already eliminates him to me. I'm not even, like you said, I'm not even in gang culture. Seeing
what
this
I
shit
think
makes me proud
Like
to
how
not be
you
in
go
gang
from
culture.
clowning 6ix9ine? Wack was on Wax clowning 6ix9ine to doing an interview with this man.
people are mad that he even had the conversation.
Like we got a nigga who like forget what Jim allegedly did according to Wack 100.
Mm-hmm.
We know for a fact that 6ix9ine did this that led to niggas getting fed time. Why the fuck are you doing a podcast with him? For what?
To find out what? To hear his story?
How is that okay? But you killing Jim, and then you do the interview, and then you you green light Jim getting told on by a snitch.
I think there's a bag somewhere in this for Wack.
It's
at
a
the end of the day.
bag.
It's
This
all a
nigga's
bag.
a clown.
A big
I don't even
bag.
want to go crazy.
It's like pro wrestling.
You know what it is? It's
a bag.
and there you go, Jarv. Our problem is we still see this as our culture. You know what I'm saying? This is hip hop.
Yeah.
You know how they. But this shit is a business. There's a white guy in the
Facts.
room punching it up, sitting down like listen, white one, you're gonna go here and tell me this guy ain't do this.
But that's not
And
what
you're gonna
Wack is
and you're gonna
selling,
tell
though.
him.
And but think of the
That's not
timing.
what he's selling. That's what's pissing me off. Cause you selling this shit that these young niggas is eating up and they gonna be dead over.
Facts.
And you playing and you telling this is your life.
What's some lives worth to you?
And then,
Few
but think
million
about
dollars?
it.
Exactly.
But think about it
Exactly.
before we move on. Look at the timing of it. He like this shit comes out the same time that Dipset is taking the hit for their versus performance, and all of a sudden you double down on Jimmy and say he's a snitch. Like
Well,
it just seems like
he's
it's
been
all
on Jim Neck though. I will say that.
Okay.
He been on Jim Neck. Son, cause I don't even say dude name. Son been on trying to use Jim as a scapegoat too. Since his case, since he came home. So
Shout out to Jim for not giving us the energy that it doesn't deserve. You know what I'm saying?
He's handled this well. Like I seen there was a thing with him and Trav. Trav used to be with Dipset, and they got into a whack. But I can't help but think this is all for TV, bro. And I don't want to get soaked up to it's like, yo, this shit's really happening, and then it's just a soap
TV.
opera. You know what I'm saying?
It's all TV.
even the shit with him at 21 and all that shit.
Yeah, there
Facts.
you go. You know
That
what
was
I'm saying?
mad corny.
Generate clicks, bring more people to Clubhouse.
Like you're not gonna fight. So
No, but
what do we
20.
do?
I like how 21 handled it though. He
Say
did.
less.
It was
he did.
yeah.
He handled it well.
Wack
He
100 don't rap. He's supposedly games manager. Like, why are you an online personality? You win
Game ain't
games?
even doing
No,
that
he's
like
supposed to
that
be
right
Sun
now.
manager too now.
Blueface.
Yeah. Like what
He
does this
Blueface
nigga
manager.
do, B?
He's orchestrating the fight between Blueface and
Like I
6ix9ine.
can see, I forget his name, but the show that was on Vice TV about hip hop, that and he was an old Crip, and he was an old Rolling 60s Crip, and he managed Nipsey. I respect the angle he's taking. I don't remember his name. No, did he? Don't worry about it.
Big
U.
See, Big
I respect
U
what
is
Big U is
legit.
doing.
Yes.
I look at what Wack is doing, and I'm like, this ain't
Clown
culture.
City.
Right. But to the mailbag, I'm not gonna single out, right, all these different emails or comments that we got. I'm just gonna make a general statement to all, because the thing is, Sin and Deme, there was this whole thing where it was like everyone was mad at me for having an opinion about the rest of the world being full of shit when it came to the lead up to the Dipset versus Lox versus. And it's like they said some shit about like why y'all didn't hold me accountable, and this guy is wildin'. And
First of all, what video were you watching? Like literally, the video started off with
jumped on him
with me jumping down his neck because he.
I literally said,
Like,
y'all
what the fuck?
jump me. Like I said it, right? And it's like people, you know what? If this is what the podcast is gonna be, I'm not gonna subscribe.
Bozo shit.
Right. So I want to say to the people who don't get the show, because there's a clear dynamic here. There's people who get the Rap Roundtable, and there's people who don't get the Rap Roundtable. If you are coming to this podcast for 3 or 4 niggas to agree with each other for an hour and a half to 2 hours, get the fuck out of here. Right?
Ain't gonna happen.
We're never gonna agree on everything.
We could get this lawn segment started early.
Facts. If you have a problem with me yelling and telling my mans that they full of shit, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna tell them they're full of shit. They're gonna tell me I'm full of shit. And then we're gonna have a drink afterwards because we're friends. This podcast is 3 to 4 homies having a drink and talking about rap. This is common culture. This agree culture where niggas is not allowed to have their own opinions. That shit is whack. And if you 35 to 40 to 50 getting mad because niggas have their own opinions, you too old for that fuck shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not mad at niggas telling me that I'm wrong. I came on the podcast and said niggas was killing me, right? Because I was wrong. I don't have to admit I'm wrong if I came on the show wrong, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But I'ma pop my shit. Since when the hip-hop niggas can't pop they shit? Since when the hip-hop niggas can't pop they shit and be wrong? Since when the hip-hop niggas can't go to the barbershop and talk a bunch of shit for a bunch of hours and be wrong? Why do y'all old fuck niggas need me to agree with these niggas? Why?
They go to salons.
They go to salons, clearly. Because it's like, I could understand if niggas sat there and let me get my shit off and didn't say shit. These two niggas told me I was wrong as fuck for 45 motherfucking minutes. And y'all bitched in the comments. So, if it don't apply, let it fly. But to the niggas who bitched in the comments, bro, you don't get the show. We don't want you here.
It's all right.
It's okay.
Deuces.
And on that note, if you feel some type of way, if you disagree with me, Sin, Deme D, who's a fourth member today, you can absolutely get off.
Get off my lawn.
Get off Sin's lawn.
We got 2 lawns tonight, y'all.
Yeah, 2 lawns tonight. All right. My lawn's gonna be quick. Yeah, we talked a little bit about it earlier. But this lawn segment goes out to people fronting. If you still 27 years in, if you still fronting on Nas, 2 years back to back, King's Disease 1 and 2, 4 Mike albums,
About a year apart.
get off my lawn.
Summer joints.
If you still fronting, and that the present company included, if you're still fronting on Miss Lauryn Hill,
Yo,
if you're still in doubt about her being the best female MC to ever touch a mic,
Nikki.
Lauren, give me 20 of those
get the
on the
fuck
album.
off my lawn.
Give me 20 of those on the album. We'll talk
And
about it later.
lastly, if you still fronting on New York, you doing yourself a disservice, man. Get the fuck off my lawn. Get off. Go away.
Yo, real quick, Deme D, we appreciate you coming on,
Thanks for having
preaching
me.
the gospel. We hope to have you on again in the future. You family here. You showed love from day one. We appreciate it. We hope we represent the culture well.
Definitely.
Deme, I gave you a hard time tonight, but it's because you jinxed it. I wasn't even coming on bullshit. But he was like, Jarv, it's going to be a long night. I was like, no, now it's going to be a long
Can I
night.
just say one thing?
Go ahead.
That's a 1 hot verse every 20-year average, and that's
God.
so lame.
I don't even want to boo it because I love the heel turn. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Deme.
Nah, hit the get off my lawn for me.
Shout out to the homie Deme, bro, because I feel like in the past, motherfuckers that understand that there's potting and then there's homie shit. I'm gonna give Deme a hard time because this is what we do in this
That's my
fucking
guy.
pod. The fuck out of here. Sin shoots
brothers,
at me
man.
if you read the Rap Roundtable comment section, bro, Sin shoots at me every chance. Anytime I tag Sin, I get shot at.
On the regular.
By default, I'm gonna get shot at. You know what I'm saying? And it's a gift for you, bitch. And if you got a lot of bitch assness, we don't want you here. Okay?
Go back to the salon.
Facts.
Go get your pressing curl.
Sincere.
Get your doobies right.
Deme D, I love y'all. This was a hell of an episode. Deme, take us home, my nigga.
Yo, you got Jarv from the Rap Roundtable. You got Sin from the Rap Roundtable.
Nigga almost choked.
You got Deme from the Rap Roundtable. We welcoming Deme D. Check out the Gray Area from
The
Jarv.
Go Get It TV. Shout out to Deme.
Go Get It TV. Check out them beats from Sin. You hearing that crack? I'm out here doing what I do, living my life, trying to dodge your wife. We are out of here.